If you look to the left of the farm, ladies and gentlemen, you will see a small, isolated detachment of Allied airborne troops, cautiously moving out of cover. They've been scattered from their main unit and are searching for a safe position to regroup and to get their bearings before rejoining the fight. Tension is high. They are deep behind enemy lines, with little to no intelligence on German troop strength or exact positions. But they know the enemy is close. While threat from the air is low, it still lingers, and every move must be made with caution. In the opening days of the invasion, these paratroopers quickly learned just how effective and aggressive the German response could be. Hunted, outnumbered, and constantly on edge, their mission is far from easy, and the danger very, very real. To your right, from the sky, from the tree line, a group of German troops has emerged and begun advancing towards the farm. Their objective, to push forward and engage the mass Allied landings taking place on the beaches. So the Steyr makes its way towards the farm, followed by a Kugelwagen. The paratroopers at the moment are unaware of this group of Germans heading towards them. The Germans deploy. They have spotted the paratroopers. This was unexpected. They didn't expect to find any resistance here. Yet still the paratroopers are regrouping, unaware of the imminent danger. Fire breaks out. This small reconnaissance force of paratroopers weren't expecting this. They've taken cover, they're returning fire, but they are vastly outnumbered. With superior numbers and momentum, the Germans quickly proceed towards the farm buildings. Both forces take cover where they can, desperate to hold their ground, but sadly not to be. The Germans quickly overpower this small detachment, capturing prisoners before continuing their advance. These prisoners might hold vital information that the Germans will want to know. They will be interrogated. Where are the largest forces of Allies coming through? Where will they camp? How many are there? What forces do they have? What artillery are they carrying? The airborne troops now taken prisoner.
This is good enough.
Disheartened for them, they've seen their war is over.
The war's over, Daddy.
So the
Steyr and the Kugelwagen will collect the prisoners and take them back to the German encampments. We can but imagine how they feel this disaster. They were a reconnaissance group. They were supposed to gather information to find out and feed it back to their own forces. That role for them now is reversed, and the Germans will want to know what information they can give to the German forces. So as the prisoners are taken, they're in the Kubelwagen going off, the jeep is commandeered, the Kubelwagen follows, they leave the field, leaving behind a small force to secure the farm and hold the position, preparing for whatever might come next. But if you look to your right, ladies and gentlemen, that is about to happen. News of this small skirmish has gone back to airborne forces, and they are now coming forward towards the farm. They know there has been trouble there. They need to ascertain what has happened, where has their reconnaissance group gone, what can be done about it. As the Germans secure their positions, the Allied reconnaissance force moves up, leading the advance towards the farm. They are more confident. They have heavy weapons behind them. However, they are nonetheless wary. If they get drawn into close combat, the heavy weapons behind them will be useless, as they will not be able to fire for fear of hitting their own forces. Both forces pause, ascertaining the situation. What will happen next? Slowly, slowly, the foot soldiers move forward, weapons at the ready. The vehicles hang back, and the Germans open fire. German forces are coming into the forward, clad sections coming in on the motorbikes, coming forward into the field to reinforce those already in the farm. The return of fire is fierce. More motorbikes coming forward to support the German forces. Possible moment. Then they open fire with deadly precision. The Allied troops, caught off guard, their reaction is confused and disorientated. For many of these men, it's their first real taste of combat, facing their enemy for the very first time. These first clashes on the outskirts of the farm are brutal, as the inexperienced Allied troops take heavy casualties. On the ground, the commanders scramble to respond, but their orders are muddled as they struggle to regain control of the situation. Under this intense enemy fire, some of the Allied soldiers begin to fall back. The resolve is shaken. With the pressure mounting, the commanders are forced to make quick decisions. They're calling for additional weapons to support their troops and urgently requesting reinforcements to secure this what is now a critical objective. So the initial force falls back, but they are calling in for an artillery strike. Realising the strategic importance of the farm, the German commanding officer orders reinforcements to move in. He knows now that this position must be held at all costs. Troops advance towards the farm while armoured units are dispatched to push on both flanks, intensifying the pressure on the retreating Allied forces. In response to commands, the 25-pounders on the Allied side are now ready to fire. There's a pause as both sides wait to see where this will develop. The 25-pounders are poised and ready to go, waiting for the command to put their missiles into the farm, into the German forces. As the heavy artillery lands into the farm, there's a stire at the rear of the field where the German commanders are watching, ascertaining what's going to happen, how best to respond. Away by the trees to the far left, the German mortar crew are ready to return fire. They're half camouflaged by the smoke from the Allied artillery. They are poised and ready to return it. Meanwhile, the 25-pounders continue to hammer into the farmland. As the Germans fortify their hold on the farm, the Allies have quickly recovered from their initial shock. Reinforcements have arrived and the commander of the advanced force quickly assesses the situation. Communication flows fast as new plans are put into motion. The urgency is clear, maintaining the momentum of the advance inland. The Allied artillery has bombarded the village, hoping to clear the area before launching their next push. The shells have rained down, hitting German positions and inflicting heavy losses on their experienced troops. Some of the German motorcyclists tear off back to their bases, ready to give information to inform their commanders of what needs to happen next, telling of the strength of the Allied forces that are coming into the field. And as we look to our right, More Allied forces are coming forward. Six-pounder weaponry is coming into the field. The jeeps turning, so they are readying to take aim.
Factory back line. What about your back?
Realising the critical importance of holding this farm, the German commanding officer orders reinforcements to strengthen their position. Their motorcyclists gave them very fluid information. They've got troops moving forward to secure the farm, while armoured units advance on both flanks, maintaining the relentless pressure on the Allied forces. Over for their own parts, the Allied artillery continues to rain down. The main Allied force beginning a second push towards the objective, now bolstered by additional troops and armoured support. As in all battles, we have periods of intense activity, heavy firepower, and then a pause while commanders regroup and decide which action to take next. The Germans continue to hold their ground, resolutely defending the flanks and bracing for the incoming onslaught. There will be no retreat from their positions. The German crag section are poised. Just breaking out the trees, they're going to do a push forward into the Allied flanks. They want to get their positions established, pushing on the Allies as quickly as they can and as swiftly as they can. They're ignoring the fire towards them as they push forward smoothly. Pushing forward. Allied troops advancing in a broad line, clearing the flanks, keeping their sights firmly on the farm itself. Their NATO motorbike forces are just under the trees, and they're pushing forward, quickly and diligently. German vehicle with super troops is waiting to come forward this point, waiting for a strategic time to bombard the Allies. Allies now have increased numbers, so the heavy weaponry will come forward. We have tanks, half-tanks, jeeps, So from the left, the German half-track is firing on his pack gun into the tree. The mortar position unlike the tree is also firing, pushing it into the Allies. The Allies returning fire very rapidly. Troops on the ground bravely pushing forward. There are casualties on both sides. Some of the German motorbikes now retreating to the next band of trees, and the command wagon to the rear of the side now reversing, retreating back beyond the farm. The heavy armour of the German tank is moving forward once again. The German motorcyclists have gone back, retreating back behind the next copse of trees. They're gathering once again in the hope of holding off the Allied advance. The Germans taking cover where they can see the strength of the force opposing them. More commands are given. Allied foot soldiers now take cover behind the extraordinary steel of their vehicles. Those vehicles pushing forward once again. Sensing the disruption in the German forces, the paratroopers earlier taken prisoner managed to break out. They've reclaimed their group and they're now attacking the Germans from behind. They're hoping to rejoin the Allies on the other side of the farm. A dangerous manoeuvre that they hope they can achieve. This is taking the Germans very much by surprise. They did not expect to find Allied troops coming in from the rear of the farm. Just along the cloud line, we have the German half-track with a pack gun on it. Can our paratroopers come in behind and reclaim that? Radio calls have gone out for reconnaissance planes to come in, but they have not appeared yet. Information is needed to know how the battle is going, how many troops there are on each side. Both German spotter planes and Allied spotter planes are requested, but they may not be in the area, they may not be able to cover the distance. The Sherman tank in the middle, American armour A lot of heavy smoke there. I think the Germans have actually managed to take that out. The crew are now disembarking from the vehicle. However, more American forces appear to be coming in from your right. So the American half-track armoured vehicle coming forward, maybe to assist the crew from the Sherman tank. Allied troops now very, very close to the farm. The German motorcyclists once again circling, hoping to come back. Some heading off to their headquarters to give information back. Others staying to help hold the line. The Allies now on top of the farm, moving forward again and again. Even though their Sherman tank has been taken out, they have enough firepower to hold the ground. And hold it they do, right into the farm. The Germans have taken heavy casualties, but some are still holding on, returning fire, hoping that for them the war is not yet over, maybe hoping even more that one day they will get back to their families. The gunfire is closing down. And occasional shots from the Germans, trying still to assert some dominance, but all failed. So from the far side of the field we can see the German motorbike section coming in behind the smoking American Sherman tank. Finally we see a spotter plane. Is it Allied or is it German? A second plane has appeared. Which is which? Are they both Allies? Are they both German? They're coming in to ascertain what has happened on the ground. Very much on the ground it looks that the Allies have dominated.
Oh yeah.
Germans are being taken prisoner. They in turn, as our paratroopers were earlier in the battle, will be interrogated. The planes still keeping their distance. These planes have no firepower. They are simply spotter planes. They collect information and send it back to the bases. The first one now cresting the trees. So is this one for the German side or is it an Allied plane? It goes slowly over, taking a great risk. It is very vulnerable. They have nothing but a handgun in the cockpit. This is the German plane, arriving too late to send vital information back to get stronger forces coming in. Away to our right, over the trees, I suspect this is an Allied plane coming in. They cannot fire against each other, they cannot fire at the ground. They are simply collecting information.
So they've got one plane paying two different sides. I think I'm right.
As the German plane circles to go back over, the information he will be taking back to base will not be what the Germans want to hear. The Allies certainly have succeeded. Still some gunfire, still some Germans resisting. The German motorcyclists who sought to come in behind the Sherman tank have in their turn been captured. And as the Allied plane flies across the field, in turn he is able to radio back that the Allies have been successful on the field this time. He will fly over and ascertain what German force is still there. Localised battle has come at a heavy cost for both sides. Though the experienced German troops initially caught the Allies off guard, they were unable to match the Allies' ability to bring in more troops and equipment. Yet more is coming from the coast as more and more forces are landing, and we're pushing on and on through France. With the information from these spotter planes, the remaining Germans are forced to retreat. Those that were not taken prisoner or injured will leave behind their dead and wounded.